Hi, everybody. Mike Haas along with Deuce McAllister. After day 3 of training camp here in Irvine, California, we talked about the offensive line yesterday, flip it into the trenches with defensive line today. And we'll start with Payton Turner, 2021 first-round pick. And you look at last year, awesome game 1, awesome game 18. And in between, injuries. And that's been his bugaboo, but not during camp. He's always been solid during camp. But now, as Dennis Allen said, it's time for him to prove it.
We're gonna knock on some wood there.
Yep.
And so
Well said.
the talent is there. That's not a question. The question for him is, can he stay healthy? And so you saw him today flash. Probably had about 3 tackle for losses, caused a fumble by Spencer. I think that was maybe Isaiah Foskey that got the pressure, and Spencer just kind of, as he was climbing the pocket, dropped it. But Payton, figure out how to stay healthy. Because he could be in that rotation as far as defensive line and be able to make plays. That's what it's about.
So when Dennis talks about the defensive end room and Cam with the age and Foskey with the youth and Chase Young with the injury and then, with Payton, but the one guy he never really talks about is Carl Granderson. Dennis today said he was a guy who came in, he was 230. Now he's 280-ish from Wyoming, and said he didn't know whether the ball was pumped or stuffed, but he has earned the right to kind of be the guy they count on that you don't mention anymore. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, he's consistent. That's why. And he shows up. He's ready to go to work. He can play left end, right, defensive end. And for him, he knows he's probably going to be the guy that's going to get the double team. And so that's a big task. But for him, he wants to go out there and he wants to play the run. He wants to be able to get 10+ sacks a year and just be consistent. Be able to come out here and work. And you don't have to be a guy that goes and yells and be that guy. You want my guys to follow my lead, and you've got Cam leadership, which is always going to help. So that takes a lot of the pressure off. But just go out there and do your job. And so he's been very, very good at doing it. And you don't have to mention him because the tape speaks.
And finally, I know every day looks the same as we're standing out here, kind of feels the same, but there's a pretty good wind quartered against us, and it was a big special teams day. And it was kind of fun to watch with Grupe and, to try to get your head around the kickoffs. But today was a very heavy special teams day.
Yeah, heavy special teams. And I think that you'll see that, going forward just as they get closer because of the new kickoff rules and how you have to prepare for it. It can't be a surprise for a guy that, hey, this is how it's going to look. This is what it's going to be. And so as they put this team together, maybe a guy that normally would not have made it, he's going to make it just because of the rules and how it's different. And so big kicking day, not only from a punting standpoint, obviously field goal and the kickoff. I thought Grupe, Blake handled it really, really well as far as the kicks were concerned. And so that's something that you have to be encouraged with because, the pressure for him, I've got to know he's good 40 in. 40 in, regardless of the weather, whatever it may be, in a dome, doesn't matter. You've got to be money. And, anything probably 45 plus out, hey, you be 60%. Be 60% in that. But, 40 to 45 in the end, you've got to be 85, 90, not really 90, probably 90% or better.
I lied. One more. And the other one is Lou Hedley, because we saw what we saw last year. But the ability to be able to kick and flip the field, we're seeing a different Lou Hedley, an offseason of that. We knew that in mini camps at OTAs, but today was another one of those days where, man, when he hits them like that, he can flip the field.
Yeah, he can flip it, and I think, you're not relying up on the rugby kick, and, for him, it's probably all up in the drop as far as the punting is concerned, and so he's got to be a weapon for this team. It can't be a guy that, hey, look, we don't know if it's going to be, plus 30, we're only going to net 30 yards. If it's something like that, you better be pinning them inside the 10. And so he's been very, very good, and that's something that he's going to have to continue to do.
Saints will practice tomorrow, Saturday, have their first day off of training camp on Sunday, and then full pads on Monday with Deuce McAllister, Mike Haas, Jeff Nowak, and Bobby Abreu will be joining us as well in a little bit of time as Bobby works his way out to California. But get all your coverage right here on WWLAMFM.com, always free on the Odyssey app.